Oh shit.
Crazy.
Cause he eat grass and crickets and shit.
Crazy.
Is that not what he said?
The man eater.
Well, it's a festive night in the NBA and all across the world. New Year's Eve. Greg, do players enjoy taking the court tonight?
Yeah, most do. It comes with the territory of being a pro athlete. And I'll tell you guys what, these fans are pumped up. This is going to be a great atmosphere.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniels. And it's B in at the 1 spot. Launches it. It's good from long range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open. And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Randall screen on McCollum. Driving in. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Daniel from outside. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Here's Minnesota. And we've been following this group's absolute dominant season, winning most games in blowout fashion.
So bad was all last night.
Record-setting fashion.
Yo, what's the better?
It's been demoralizing to teams facing this group. I mean, before halftime, teams are often down by 15 or 20 points. We might be witnessing another blowout in the making here tonight.
Oh, nice bucket. This guy is so mindful about the way he attacks.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. He's guarded by McCollum. Here's McDaniels. 5 to shoot. Stolen by McCollum.
From Vancouver, use a beat, baby. Pull up, baby.
Here's Alexander Walker.
Baby. Long means like some green tea, baby.
The vertical McCollum has. He may have even surprised himself there.
Now, Alexander Walker is a guy, Doris, that comes in and does a little bit of everything.
Kevin, you are so right. He can defend at a high level. He's increased his shot making and his playmaking ability. He is a huge part of his team's success.
Now, Alexander Walker.
Yeah. Oh, brother.
Anthony Edwards missed from long range. From the arc. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
That nigga's fine, bro, because why he had to do his voice like that? Like,
yo. Screen on McCollum.
That's this shit, bro. I want the Max Wayne.
Here's B.
Want the new Max Wayne.
26.5 points a game. Rarely has an off night. Just
I meant to send that to you yesterday while I was at work. But he just randomly tell you, be like, yeah, I want the new Max.
Working on the glass, paying off that time.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, one of the best in the business, Rudy Gobert.
McCollum kicks to Daniels. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
Bye, Mom.
Here's B. Nice move. And it's good on the way in. B's got 5 now.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the
rack. You didn't have to cut me
off. And she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
I caught up with Quinn Snyder.
Now you're just somebody that
Anthony Edwards told me and
somebody.
In terms of his athleticism, skill, and his mindset. He approaches the matchup with an aggressiveness that we need to try and match. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. Here's Alexander Walker. Anthony Edwards making his last shot. The Hawks again can't hit.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Gobert with a screen on McCollum.
Hammers
the alley-oop through.
Well, the 7-footer Gobert, the alley-oop finish. My goodness, the stifle tower with the score.
The Hawks trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
Hey, bro, when was the last time you stretched? Like, stretched your legs?
yesterday.
No shit.
And as we're reaching the end of the calendar year, here's a great chance to delve into the updated power rankings. Take a look at the Hawks. They're stuck in the same spot, but still a top 10 team.
And when I look at the Timberwolves, they wanted the top spot badly, and they did just that. A real testament to both their chemistry and work ethic.
Alexander Walker with the ball. Edwards defending. Oh, and
fuck the bitch, and she fucking. And she took you on top.
These guys just throw it down. Jalen Johnson can do it with the best of them.
Here's B. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Atlanta's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, a new ownership group taking over for the Timberwolves, but there remains a commitment to continuity on the basketball side. And while creating a replacement for the league's second oldest arena is a priority, they made it clear their commitment is to remain in Minnesota.
You'll love to hear it. All right, Shams, we thank you for the report.
Some power coming from the PG.
Ah, that's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That's his first foul. Kisper's checked in for the Hawks. Vincent comes in for Dyson Daniels. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Minnesota. Here's B, defended by Vincent. B gets the bucket. B's got 9 points.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Pass to Rizichet. Bangs home the trifecta.
A true highlight of Rizichet's game, his ability to just knock it down from beyond.
Here's B. Now here's Reed. Yes, that goes in.
Boy, what a sweet pass. That one on time and on target.
There's 1:54 left in the first quarter. Rizichet with it. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and
Atlanta making some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Grant Williams. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Corey Kispert. And then for Minnesota, Randall's checked in for Anderson. Edwards comes in for Dosunmu. And B's subbed in for Highland. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Look at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks. It was a win against the Thunder.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
So on the floor for Minnesota, front-court spots filled by Edwards and Randall. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with B, and it's Reed in at the 5, roaming the paint. Even after pivoting towards their youth, GA the Hawks last season had an improved record.
Yeah, they traded away a bunch of rotation veterans, but the young fellas showed they were ready to step in, and this group didn't miss a beat.
Daniels, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. Johnson outside. Pass to McCollum from deep. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feet. McCollum's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hawks.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
That one goes in.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
Back to Landale, stolen by Reed, and they're moving it up. Here's Edwards. Rebound by the Hawks. This is their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
You know, both teams are competitive, but not necessarily playing yet at the championship level. And part of what makes this battle so intriguing is how close they are.
Edwards shooting fearlessly from the arc.
Oh, that is a stone-cold three by the Ant-Man.
To the paint, here's Landale. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
B, the pass to Reed, sinks that one from the post. Reed's got 7 points in the game.
Well, the high percentage opportunity. Now's Reed on the inside.
Pass to Landale. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 4. Here's B. Outside for Randall. Here's B. 12 points for him. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
This guy is constantly refining his game, and Anthony Edwards is dangerous from 3.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Hey guys, Anthony Edwards keeps a tight circle. He said, I've known my whole crew since I was 13, and that's the answer to everything. And the crew includes those voices of wisdom too. He said, quote, I keep those types of friends around. I'm not the type that always listens, but I'll listen to my elders. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allen, thanks a lot. Atlanta making some changes. Okongwu's checked in for Jock Landale. Daniels comes in for Zachary Rizachet. And Nikhil Alexander-Walker in for McCollum. Rudy Gobert is checked in for Minnesota. Dosunmu comes in for Julius Randle. Minnesota's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. McDaniels passes to B. 6 to shoot. Oh, the lob to Gobert. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. Now a look at the stats for C.J. McCollum. Looking at Minnesota, they took the win in their last game against the Bulls in Chicago. Outside Daniel. Now Okongwu. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Atlanta again missing. The Timberwolves have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Here's B. What a terrific move that was. B's got 5 points now this quarter.
Boy, for the most part, when they have gone through him, he has delivered.
DB, no one has more Defensive Player of the Year awards than Rudy Gobert. 4 of them.
Well, with the 4, he is now tied with the great Dikembe Mutombo and the great Ben Wallace. Does he have another one in his sights?
Here's B after the basket by Atlanta. A minute 20 left in the first half. And Okongwu gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's B. 14 points for him. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Alexander Walker with the ball. Still yet to score, and it's in there. And the Hawks lead by 1.
And since arriving in the NBA, sharing the ball is something Johnson has worked at.
Here's B, defended by Alexander Walker. Pass to Dosunmu. Here's Gobert, and finished off by Gobert.
Listen, at just over 7 feet, we know Gobert's going to be terrific on the glass.
A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. McDaniels a screen on Johnson. Driving the lane. On the wing, Dosunmu. Johnson at the elbow. Here's Alexander Walker. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got his 4th assist in this one.
Bang, bang. Doesn't get much simpler than that.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Bucks lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena.
And welcome to halftime. With the All-Star festivities around the corner, here are the favorites to take part in the dunk contest. And let's do something we never, ever, ever do, and that's go off topic.
What topic?
So we don't have a topic, Shaq?
Isn't that a topic, being off topic?
Well, that was more no topic than off topic, but that's all the time we have for this topic, thankfully. And let's discuss the first half. So far, Atlanta's in a close one.
Total team effort. Instead of 5 starters, it's like they've got 7 or 8 guys getting it done. That's how good the reserves have been tonight, guys.
Lots of interchangeable parts. They can throw different lineups at you. Keeps you guessing. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. You know, B has been exceptional here, guys.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
The Hawks leading. Johnson. And Okongwu man the post position. C.J. McCollum out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Daniels in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. McCollum, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's B. Good on the 3-point shot. B's got the first points to start out the 3rd quarter for the Timberwolves. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
He takes it in. Randall passes to B. Fires from deep. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got 3 assists in the game. And Greg, when you're dealing with this Timberwolves team, fairly deep, with size up front.
That can wear you down over the course of a game, and especially in a playoff series, a real strength of this team.
Mr. Gobert, and stolen by Okongwu. And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Johnson.
Lethal in transition. Johnson is an elite athlete.
Randall a screen on McCollum. Driving inside.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention? Oh.
It's up a 3. drains the three-pointer. McCollum. He's got 11.
Yeah, McCollum is a real danger at the arc. He's an efficient long-range bomber.
Handle a screen on McCollum. Into the lane.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness. The D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Here's B. McDaniels gets a wide open look. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
McDaniels making excellent use of the mid-range there.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on B. That's his first foul. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. And here's McCollum for three. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's B. He's got 26. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. So, Greg, you played in the league over a decade. What's the toughest thing about being a pro basketball player?
Lots of things. To me, it's just keeping your spot. Every year, there's just so much talent coming in. So holding on to a place on the roster, then that can be as difficult as anything.
First free throw is good. In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of the starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
Boy, defensively, you deserve to get torched from deep if you leave him that open. My goodness.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And so it's Daniels who brings up the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Pass to McCollum. Now, Alexander Walker. No good. That would have tied it. Here's B. He's guarded by McCollum.
We need to stop saying type. We say type a little too much.
And here is McDaniel. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's B. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
McDaniels on the wing. Offline with his three.
I'm not sure he expected to be that wide open and yet somehow comes away empty.
A three from McCollum. The Hawks again can't hit.
Boy, this guy has completely lost his focus. Nothing working.
Here's B. Good, and the assist goes to Edwards. B's got the lead up to 6 now for the Timberwolves.
That's his third triple this half, and that's after hitting only 1 before that.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. making some changes. Jacques Landale comes in for Okongwu. And it's Jonathan Kuminga in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Minnesota also with the sub. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Cullen passes to Kuminga. Here's Landale. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play.
The Cavs got it tonight, bro.
Closer and closer to crunch time.
And that one misses.
No, bro. They
And
were
you look at this
disappointed.
Timberwolves roster, Doris, quite a spread as far as the ages of their top players.
Oh, Kevin, you've got a couple of guys who are absolutely on the back nine and really
But
walking
we
up
were
the
like this with
fairway
the
of
Pistons, and we won that series.
And then you've got
I think
Mr.
didn't the Pistons go up 2-0 on us?
Edwards,
Or we steal the game?
early 20s. But this is the fascinating part. There's a runway left, and what do they do with it?
And Kuminga gets it to go.
Like,
And over time, we've seen Kuminga be a more aggressive scorer, especially when he has the ball inside.
Here's B. 32 points in the game. Pass to Reed, and Reed throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Now Landale. A three from McCollum. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 5 rebounds tonight.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
The Hawks trail by 6. Back to McCollum. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta.
Well, with his ability to both score and facilitate, McCollum really fits the combo guard label.
Minnesota's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. It's deflected. 1:21 left in the third quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's B. He's guarded by McCollum. Hits it from three-point range.
Boy, bringing tremendous energy right now, and his teammates are absolutely feeding off it.
Outside, Kuminga. Back to McCollum. Looking to get it going. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And I love how active McCollum is. Superb at drawing contact on the way up.
The Hawks shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Really hasn't come together for them as a group in terms of free throw shooting, just around 70%.
And the Hawks making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
I should got back quick.